Hey guys, what's going on? Hey Patricia, Beaker Mac, Raven, Gloria, Stephen. Yeah, man. Looks like there's a lot of intel. Hello from Mexico. Hey, Isorema. Nice. Tamar, Mark. Good day, everyone. Hey, Doc. Doc Ghost 84 for the journey. Terry, are we there yet? We're very close. Martha, Dina. Love the notification. Yeah, you got a notification. That's a good sign from the Netherlands. I think I'm going to bring my camera down just a little. It looks like I'm looking up a bit. Hold on. I think that's a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. Irasema, Mexico. Tamar, Mark, yeah. Doc Costa, we got Terry for the journey. Yeah. Tanya Honey Johnson, Beverly, Jelly. Is it Jelly Hofstra? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce your name, Dina. Beautiful name, Shali, maybe? Shali Hoekstra. Richard Stephen Young, Peace, Simon. ASEA will be there. Yeah. The gel is amazing, and it's really an amazing product. I mean, I'm really activated pineal. Yeah. And with the patches also help. I mean, between the two things, it's just, I feel like I'm on a different level. I don't know if this is coffee or beet juice. We'll find out in a minute, right? It's cold. Beet juice. Nice. Life is good. Let's see. I can try some of my new. See, I got this set up so well that I can't find anything right. I got everything hidden from myself. Here we go. Let's pick a nice color. Yeah. Or I'm going to just take the blue. It's a bit of a gangster color, but we'll all survive, I'm sure. All right. So let's get right into the intel. Let's see. We are in Parshas. I'm like really scattered because we're really moving. I'm putting a lot of energy into starting I'm starting with a new company with my videos, and it's taking a lot of adjustment. It's taking a lot of adjustment for Shaquille, man. Shaquille's like, I'm just like, wow. Shaquille is like, he's just like a bulldog, man. He's like, boss, man. I'm your man. I'm like Shaquille, we got to work together. We got to, you got to give it up a little, man. Unbelievable. So loyal. But yeah, he's young, so he's like, what? You hired somebody else? I'm like, yeah, don't worry. Just we can all work together. We can all get along. At any rate, throat chakra blue. Yeah, I love blue. Okay. Okay, let's go right to the intel because there's a lot coming out. Okay, they're saying the 15-minute smart cities, the behavioral nudging will look like this. It isn't only about cars. Councils signed up to net zero roadmaps have included what you eat and amp, the amount of clothes you're allowed to buy. The dystopian future is decided for you. Pay attention. I mean, so private vehicles, 0, 100 vehicles, 190 vehicles per 1,000 people. 20 years, lifetime for body of vehicle, 50 years. I mean, these are the smart cities. I I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It could be in one version of my thinking, it could be that the sleepers just stay sleeping. I mean, it could be that we're going to form two different worlds, but I don't really see that. I mean, for us it's irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. We are going to march off into liberation and freedom and be fruitful and multiply. Whether the rest of humanity follows us, I don't know. Maybe there'll be a place, but I don't really see it. The lower back, yeah, I mean, definitely something's up. How many aircraft right now? Okay, let's find out. I'm hearing something right now, right? Yeah, we got one right here. Yeah, that's unusual to have a chopper so close. I mean, you guys can't see it, but um, they're definitely on the lookout for something on the coast. So let's find out. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, there's a chopper right outside. It seems to be circling. Can you guys see it? Let's see if you could see it. You'll see it in a second. We're getting real news here, real in real time. Let me just okay. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit. See him? Okay. Anyway, he's watching the coast right here, so he's keeping an eye out for us for anything, any bad boys, any difficult situations. Sub hunter, yeah, I think they've been coming at night with spotlights. I've seen a lot of that. Could be sub hunters. Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of so yeah. So I wasn't able for some reason. I'm not able to. Let me just try one more time. I don't know. I can't get my bookmarks right now. All right, maybe I have too many things open. Yeah, I was rushing around this morning making videos. I made 2 videos already this morning. Let's see. Okay, let me just see if we can get bookmarks. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not getting my bookmarks right now. Doesn't make sense. But I assume there are a lot of. Let's see. Okay, let me try this. Oh, I know why. I know why. I'm on a different. Right. I'm not on my main email, so I don't really know the address of that site. But at any rate, turn around like it was implemented. Yeah. Thank you, music with Sarah. Yo, homie, man. Yeah, love from Los Angeles, baby. Oh yeah, yeah. Love back. Info Prism. Oh well. Did see it? Can't make out the model. Okay, so you know the model. Grocery shopping. We didn't buy any meat and we spent $497. I know, it's insane. The price of food right now is insane. Let's hope the Super Bowl is a marker, and that's going to be the time everything is going to flip. We'll have the the 10 days of darkness, let's hope, and the EBS, and we can get on with things. Okay, so let me get to some of this intel. I'm sorry about the airplane. I couldn't get. Boy, this guy's pouring out intel. Okay, so it says the country U leads to the two big buildings in New York City and even much older treasonous acts. The U is going to be the thread that unravels the entire show. The same demonic traitorous shadow figures that were involved in orchestrating the two buildings were involved in the Iran thing, the Pan Am Flight 103, the Kennedy thing, and much more. Kofor Black served on the board of Burisma in the same gas company as HB, as Junior, not our Junior, but Junior JB. Black, director of the three-letter agency that starts with a C, under Bush, and Mitt Romney's campaign advisor. Kofor Black is vice president of weapons defense contracting company Raytheon Blackbird Technologies, the same one that former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper was VP of Government Relations on. Mr. T says, I caught the swamp. I caught them all. Nobody else could have done that but me. Nobody else could, because they're bought and paid for puppets in office. T wasn't bought. Let's see what happens. So they're saying that everything is going to come out of this. Everything unravels. Everything starts with, the alpha and omega. Coffee. Will the Super Bowl be big on trafficking, or has that subsided? I don't think the trafficking is completely gone away, but they've shut down a lot of these underground railroads, let's call them. Raphael, yeah. 14th, yeah, I'm 13th. Yeah, yes, Cheryl Ann, I totally agree with the way you're putting it. I'm not going to repeat it, but all these distractions. But you got to go Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles are coming. That's the key to all this. The Eagles are coming. I mean, it still blows my mind that I have to find another word. Can anybody? Apparently, to say the word BADBOYS could be a trigger for the little AI raisinets that are coursing through the veins of YouTube information platforms. Does anybody have a better name for those, the ones on the other side? I mean, the Sitra Achra. In Hebrew, you would say the Sitra Achra means those on the other side. But I don't know a good English word to describe the deep. It's really the deep state, but it's much more than that. Great Awakening, yeah. The Satan, yeah. I don't know if the Satan is a trigger word or not. Naughty kids, right? That's a good one. Dark ones is good, but then you're insulting stupid ones, right? Yeah. The meat is. I'm buying meat from a special guy who like they have their own cows and they don't, and the chickens are all, and I'm buying organic eggs and all that, it still doesn't mean anything. But I mean, I would say, and just in general, if you can get kosher meat, it's a lot more expensive, but you have a little better shot. I mean, I'm not even sure I would say that. I mean, some of the kosher meat I've seen is not, it depends. It depends, but it could be good. Yeah, I don't trust any meat. A friend of the channel, Sonia Wood, was telling me yesterday that she spent some time with the ranchers in Idaho. She said they don't eat meat. She asked them, "Why don't you eat meat?" She says, "Well, because we know what they do to them." And it's horrific. It's horrific. The whole food thing. That's why I'm kind of interested in this Purium product, because they have like organic shakes and stuff, like convenient ways of getting organic food. So that's why I'm doing the research. I haven't received my package yet, but I'm definitely into it. The pork chickens, yeah. Right. Yeah, it's I only buy meat from this one place. All right, let me get to this. Okay, so Russia, our defense ministry in a statement says representatives of the U Army were a target group in U.S. HIV infection experiments conducted in Ukraine in 2019. Oy. Okay, they're saying World War III is already set in motion. No longer a RU war. This war has already become a NATO R war. The plans are already in motion. I've been talking to an armature military geopolitical watcher from Poland. The current thesis we both reached is that the Western tanks supplied to the U is much more of a big plan by NATO, which is in play. The Leopard tanks were a decoy by NATO. We all know these tanks weren't going to the U front as of now. U.S. Abrams tanks were promised for the end of 2023. These tanks were actually going to Poland to strengthen the NATO forces that's being built to rescue Western U in the likely event that the country R sweeps east. In turn, Vlad and his people are deploying a massive military buildup in Belarus to the north, perhaps with plans to check any moves that might come from Poland in the west. We access that plans are ready by NATO to invade Western U in an event that Russia manages to overcome the Eastern Front and capital of U. This plan is already in play because ethnic Hungarian men in Western U are being sent to the Eastern Front of U. Some of them are even killed in battle. This is being done to dwindle ethnic Hungarian resistance to potential Polish incursions. So they're trying to start World War III. We knew that. Fish too. I know the fish is really no better. Chicken and turkey, but it's still having issues. I bought a dozen organic eggs and I boiled them all. I boiled the whole pot, all 12 of them, to have as a quick snack, because I don't really have time to always make meals and to defrost things. So I have eggs and a big bowl of rice for emergency situations. Beans and rice, yeah. Yeah, Inga. Yeah, you have to get good. You have to really know the people who with the meat. Okay, so let's go on. Buckle up, folks. Your airplane is about to fall right out of the sky. There's a reason all those rich high flyers have been reaching out to folks like Josh Adler and Dr. Long and asking help finding pilots that didn't get this, right? By the way, I'm working out, man. I'm down at the gym every morning. I'm like, I can't believe, you don't have to get old. I'm getting, I'm about to have a birthday, and I'm like, I've never been in this kind of shape. You don't have to get old. Just get better. Okay, so a third after the FAA decided to loosen the okay, so yeah, okay, so I'm not going to go into that, but there's a lot of problem with the pilots. Okay, the Guardian, Bank of England poised to raise interest rates. I think these are just like ghost marches. I mean, they're gone. D Twizzle Derek Taurus. Oh, this is something from gosh, Joe Rogan. I saw his show, and they were talking about hallucinogenic bees from Nepal, hallucinogenic bee honey from Nepal. I got to tell you, man. I mean, there's really not so much time right now for distractions. We got to keep our eye on the prize. Lots going on. All right, here we go. So, thanks, Karen. Mad honey, yeah, yeah. I mean, there are certain hallucinogenic substances that I've been told by my peeps, my shamans, that it's not just because it's hallucinogenic doesn't mean you want to take it. They were talking about a certain thing. I think it's called Brunsfella or something. Bruns something. It's some kind of plant that they use in South America, where somebody took it and they were tripping for like a year. Or no, for a year they couldn't get enough water. They were thirsty. They were thirsty for a year. So I mean, just because something is hallucinogenic doesn't mean I want to stick it in my mouth. But Joe Rogan's, he's educating the peeps. I mean, because on the other hand, some of these medicinal things are, I think, very much better personally. I mean, for me anyway, than therapy. I mean, I went to therapists. I was like, you guys are insane, man. I'm not dealing with you guys anymore. I only met one really cool one who was able to help me. And the only reason he was able to help me is because he was a deeply religious Muslim. So he understood the basic concept of humility in life and not, getting into your own. He understood the concept of ego. This was when I was very young. Nobody ever told me, you're flailing. You're like Don Quixote, man. You just let it go. I've always been a fighter, and there were times in my life when that energy has taken me to some very dark places. So I have to be. He was like, man, come on. So anyway, okay. So let's go. So yes, it's going to lead. So this is going to lead the Mighty Quinn, the Eskimo. Were an English rock band formed in London in 1962. The group were named for the keyboardist Manfred Mann. I remember that band. When Quinn the Eskimo gets here, everybody's gonna jump for joy, right? Quinn the Eskimo. Okay, so there we got the cars. They're going to take away your cars, which I think it's fine with me. I don't need a car, man. I need a little red wagon maybe. Or my bicycle. My bicycle's fine. I tie on a milk carton to the back of my bike, and I'm fine. It dumped out once last week. I don't know how to really stabilize it so well. But yeah, the old ways are not so bad. Not everything has to be like, super fast. Lemon dissolves the fats, making the meat softer and tastier. It's a UFO, right? All right. So, in some ding happening in the past 2 days, German Defense Minister resigned. The U Interior Minister is dead. U's presidential advisor resigns. New Zealand Prime Minister resigns. Chief of Administration of U's president is also rumored to resign today. A lot's going on. Sex, lies, and videotypes. Yet another scandal involving Western mercenaries engulfs the country U. Lawsuit alleges U.S. Mozart Group founder is not a very kosher person. Okay, so that's Savannah Guthrie saying goodbye to 7.1 million home after 5 years. Savannah Guthrie has that much money. The Today anchor. Oh, that's not from the Guthrie family. It's not like Woody. It's not Arlo Guthrie's daughter or something. The Today anchor is parting ways with a stunning Tribeca loft, but at its asking price, a sale would come at a slight loss. So Savannah Guthrie is saying goodbye to a $7.1 million home. That's very interesting. I'm so happy to hear that. Inflation leads to new generation to the bread making machine rediscovered in the early days of the medical situation. The mainstay of 90s kitchens has become an indispensable tool for some younger bakers. Bread making machine. I remember one of my wives had that. I can't remember which one. Probably my first wife. She was probably, let's see, of all I had, my wives, the three wives, was Marcy any good? They were good cooks. I had good. I mean, they were good at some things. It's just, but in general, the general package was, it was something of a mismatch, or else I think it's probably me. I'm just too. I may not be really marriage material. I mean, I think after trying it 3 times, and really almost 4 times, a 4-time loser. I don't regret it. I mean, I enjoyed the time together, but it wasn't really time together. It was always whatever. Anyway, Shirley Williams, we got that. Michael Jackson's nephew to play singer in a new biopic. So his nephew is going to play the role. Ex-Twitter workers puzzle over Elon Musk's abandoned laptops. Elon Musk's Twitter needs every penny with millions of dollars in alleged unpaid rent and bills. Doesn't sound so good for Twitter. Ex-Twitter executive to testify on block of the HB story. They're going to testify before the House Oversight Committee about the social media's platform handling of the situation. Wow. When Americans lost faith in the news half a century ago, most of the public said they trusted the news media. Today, most say they don't. And what happened to the power of the press? Good Morning Tuesday. We were sleeping here in the U.S., and there was a lot of activity of aircraft. I will try to get that website on this channel. This is what I like to hear. Okay. The tides are turning. Frogs, fully reliant on God. That's what a frog is. I'm glad you guys are having fun, by the way. I love this. I love this whole situation. We have now 700 people on our new channel. That's almost as good as the old days. That's amazing. Baruch Hashem. We're getting our peeps back, man. We're so cool. Yeah, we're frogs. I'm a frog. Yeah. Hey, thank you for everybody for coming, man. This is just outrageously cool. I mean, we're rebuilding. And then, in 8 days or so, I get my other channel or our other channel back. And whatever. I mean, it really, someday we're gonna, someday we're gonna like look back at this and go, oh yeah, remember how many channels? It's just ridiculous how they could take social correctness, political correctness, and weaponize it against people. It's against the people they're supposed to be protecting. I mean, I don't want to get into that level of angst, but it exists. I mean, there's no question that there's some weird stuff going down. Okay, so the tides are turning, frogs. Do not give into fear. We will never again give our power away. Just remember, no fear. We have learned that fear kills the mind and blocks rationality. We need to always face our fears. Do not be afraid. When we face our fears, only then will our fears leave us. This is how we win. This is how we shut the enemy down. As Whip has had to remind me occasionally over the past 3 years, fear not. Keep moving forward and just do you. Be like Nakshan. They got it for me. Whip, you got it for me? I think Whip watches our show sometimes. Whipster, man, I hope we meet up someday. I'm not as gregarious in one-on-one. I'm really a very shy person. If you really meet me, I'm not. I'm blustery in public, but I'm very meek in real life. So you don't have to worry, Whip. You're probably the same way. This is how we shut the enemy down. As Whip has had to remind me occasionally over the past 3 years, fear not, keep moving, and just do you. So push those fears aside and know that we win because we are Flynn's frogs and fully reliant on God. God chose his leaders and warriors perfectly. Stay safe, stay alert, stay united, buckle up your armor of God tightly, and let's move closer to the finish line. Love and continued bravery to all. That's a cheerful note, yeah? Oh, you know what? I don't have any windows open. Let me see if I can open some windows. So I'm starting to get clogged up. That's what happens when you move anything up in the crow's nest, man. The whole, the tree shakes. So, I mean, I don't know what it just fell. I think it was just a box. Can't lose with God in your corner. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, so let's keep going here. The House Judiciary Committee's first hearing on the new Congress will be on the Border Crisis, Part 1, by Chairman Jim Jordan. There's a funny picture of Elon. Charles Walton, the inventor of the implantable RFID chip, warns people not to accept the mark of the beast. He says, I've been in 17 One World meetings. I was in Luxembourg with Henry Kissinger, George Shultz, and Bob Gates in a meeting. I was discussing there about the microchip. I was asked many questions and I answered those questions. I also asked God to forgive me for being in those meetings. Inventor of the RFID chip tells the world about the naughty ones? Do we call them the naughty ones? About their plans, forbidden knowledge, TV forbidden knowledge, TV view link feed, Chris Sky. There is a V witness program. Interesting watch. I have a thought that I want to share. Okay, let me just see what this is. Yeah, this is a lot of intel. This is from Mar Daily does not disappoint. Click to the links provide to Patriot and Frog family. Let's get right into some news briefs. Okay, wise guys, no comments that I can't keep anything brief. Here we go. EM strives to revive birdland. The company has taken action by submitting applications for regulatory licenses in various parts of the U.S. If you had any doubts about the existence of the two-tiered justice system, double standards between GP and Democrats, weaponization of the we all know about that. The Gateway pundit soon to release documents revealing numerous criminal acts. We need to pray for their safety. And by the way, one of the big peeps at Gateway Pundit is a friend of mine. He reached out to me when I had 20 subscribers, called me and he said, it's really sweet. But I think we're moving forward. I feel that way. I wanted to share a thought that I had this morning that I think some people, I don't know how many people have read Atlas Shrugged. Has anyone read Atlas Shrugged? It's a 1,000-page novel, and it's very scary to look at. I mean, I looked at my copy of Atlas Shrugged for probably a year or two before I actually said, I'll try to read it. And then I read 90 pages and I put it down. Awesome book. Yeah. But if you can get through Atlas Shrugged, it is a tremendous read. But Karen, I want to tell you something that I thought about. You know who is John Galt? I mean, they said John Galt is Tesla. John Galt is Tesla. I read it many times. Yeah, I could read it again. I love that book. I also, I read the trilogy also, J.R.R. Tolkien's Colossal. And I read it 3 times through the whole trilogy. I tried the other day to look at the movie. I said, let me look at the movie. I need something to entertain myself. I was just like, I can't suspend disbelief anymore. I haven't watched movies in so many years. It's just like, really, they just like a bunch of actors. I mean, to me, all I see is some actors saying lines. I don't know how to suspend disbelief anymore. I don't know how to just go, okay, it's whoa, Gandalf's getting on a horse. It's just, to me, it's like some guy with white hair. I don't know. It's an actor. But the thing that I want to say to those of you who have read Atlas Shrugged, just like Hollywood makes movies to tell us what's really going on, I can't watch Hollywood. I mean, I haven't watched TV for decades. I just, that's probably why. Whatever. Okay. Okay. I'm so, yeah, relax. Okay. We got, yeah, yes, I know. Yes. Yeah. I was apparently picked for this job. I mean, my birthday gives it away, but we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen on the 13th, and please, I beg of you, please, from the bottom of my heart, do not make a big deal about my birthday. I hate birthdays. I don't like to draw attention to myself. When I was 1 year old, my mother tells me they gave me a birthday party. I hid under the table the whole time. I do not need to be. Okay. So that's one thing. So getting back to Atlas Shrugged, I just want to, because I think this is a very important point, that just like Hollywood tells you what's really going on, so did Ayn Rand. I know there's another way to pronounce her name. I don't know what it is. They might take my bike. Your bike might not fit in. I have an old bike. I mean, it's like Atlas Shrugged read in 2000. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that Atlas Shrugged, the ending of Atlas Shrugged is not so far-fetched. What's the big mountain where where's the place where they all hide out? Where Mr. T is probably in Cheyenne Mountain. Isn't that in Colorado? Cheyenne Mountain, I think. I think that's where all the gold is or something. Yeah. Um, cancel the so dark hold it. No, it's I like Ayn Rand, the Rand. Okay, the Rand. So her thing, I'm just saying, like, just like J.R. Now we're learning that J.R. Tolkien's trilogy and the Hobbit and all that whole thing about the ring, the one ring rules them all, was about the Fed. This was a real story. It was so real. Thanks, God. Cheyenne Mountains in Colorado. Okay, so I'm going to get back to that in a minute. So, um, what I'm saying is that Ayn Rand was prophetic. That Atlas Shrugged was a prophetic novel. It wasn't just like J.R.R. Tolkien. They wouldn't let him release it. They would not let him release it during World War II because he was so on target. He was so over the target with the one ring rules them all. That was the Fed. So too Ayn Rand. Who is John Galt? John Galt is Nikolai Tesla. John Galt is John Trump. John Galt is time traveling. All this stuff. So, but that's I don't want to get into the whole thing about the novel. But the end of the novel was that all these great minds were taken to a place in Colorado where they could hang out and be free and not have to worry about all these naughty, psychopathic government officials, like the brother of Dagny's brother. I forget what his name is. He's total balloon head, liberal type, Democrat kind of guy. But the solution in the book was that yeah, could be JFK, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying that, like, this whole concept of removing the people who were really exceptional and putting them in Colorado is not so far-fetched. It's not so far-fetched at all. I think it was a prophetic. I think she was a prophet. I think she was like a prophet. We don't talk that way about these people, but they're prophets. She's a prophet. I read one of her short books recently, kind of like a sci-fi book. Brilliant, just riveting, and just so true about how, they want us to conform. Everyone has to be the same. Omega Man. Okay, Dina, just send me an email. I'll give up my emails in the show more. I'll give up my address. I've given it out. I'm waiting for. I'm so busy. I'm just like, things are just getting. And now that I have. So I used to do all the editing. I'm rambling. I know I'm rambling. I used to do all the. Let me get to the intel. I'm sorry. But I have a company now that does the editing for me. I don't do my own editing anymore. It's so freeing. I have time. I can make a bunch more videos now. I'm making like 2, 3 4, but besides the ones that I publish, I'm making a bunch. I'm making like at least 2 short videos a day. And I don't have to edit them. I don't have to worry about, I don't have to fight with my friend from India over Hi. God is good. God has faith in even the weirdos like me. Okay, so frogs and family. If you had any doubts about, okay, well, we know all that. It's time for the scientific community to admit that they were wrong about this thing. I mean, duh. Yeah, I mean, I can't even get excited about information like that. I'm just like, we've known about this for years already. We all lost our job. By the way, the teachers who lost their job because they wouldn't get the thing, which I'm one, and when when they settle this lawsuit, I'll be able to retire. So I won't have to worry about what YouTube thinks of me anymore. I'll just be like, well, I don't get that much from my retirement, probably. I don't know. But I would think, I haven't, because they told me you'll never work again. You can't get unemployment. And I'm doing fine, thank God, except for the YouTube took me down again. But they're talking about all the peeps, all the teachers who were fired are talking about, they're saying, we can't give up 33% to the lawyers. I'm like, what are you talking about? We have nothing now, man. We've been doing with nothing. I'm not going to give 32. I would love to give 33%, not to have to worry about, I mean, so what? I mean, the whole trap of being in a lawsuit, and I'm saying this from personal experience, the whole trap of being in a lawsuit is that you think about the lawsuit day and night. You can't think about anything else. It's a satanic trap. It's, so I don't even know, people say, well, how's the lawsuit going? I'm like, I have no idea. I don't care. I mean, send me the money. When you're done, I'll take the check. But, yeah. Who is John Galt, man? Who is John Galt? Daphne was like, man, I mean, she was such a woman that she appreciated a man's, like, what do you call it? Divine purpose. She appreciated, like, the guy who made steel, the steel guy in that book. He was phenomenal, and she loved him. And his wife he made a bracelet out of this new steel that he designed. It was light steel that he used on the railroad tracks. And he made a bracelet out of it. He gave it to his wife. His wife was like, I don't need this. What do I need this for? And Daphne was like, I'll take it. Daphne really appreciated what humanity, what godliness is all about. What is godliness all about? It's about having a purpose, about having a sense of purpose. Anyway, I'm going to lose people because we have a lot of people now. I know they all came for intel, not for me to scream and yell. Two magnets attracting a slight distance under a ferrocell that looks exactly like this. Fractal field, difficult concept for me to understand. Okay, I'm not going to go into it. Let's keep to the. What's this? This is, how do we get to this point? It all started on June 17th. And they have a picture of Junior. Okay, what's this? America PIST level, 9.527, 10. Authorized conspiracy theorist, not an authorized preacher, not a financial advisor. Okay. I'm not going to say this out loud. There's a picture of a drug that was not considered legitimate by the naughty ones. Oh, I still love beet juice. It says wild cherry. It has a picture. I'll send this to the Intel channels. It has a picture. It's cute. Let's see, where am I? I'm sorry I keep sighing. It's really like such an old man thing to do. I'm not an old man. Stop sighing, Ellie. Just relax. Okay. Where's my other Intel channel? Buried down here. Why it always gets buried, I don't know. Okay, by the way, I'm just in defense of my like weird movements. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say it with humility because I don't really attach anything to it. But they said that when the prophets would prophesize, they would lose control of their limbs. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, but I'm just saying that like it could be that I'm a little bit of a prophet, but like when I shake like that, it's just like I can't I can't not do that. It's just, and it's sort of a Jewish thing. Like we accept it. In synagogue, everybody's like shaking, we're nervous, whatever. Anyway, okay. these three warriors of righteousness will save the nation, not and the world. Nothing will stop the pure spread of pure thought. Right. And they have two guys that their last names start with the letter K and one that starts with a T. Yeah, this is old news. The researchers at La Quinta continue to find evidence of, bad stuff in the this. Yeah, we know. I mean, you don't need a weatherman to tell you which way the wind blows. You are an eternal being now on the pathway of endless unfoldment. Nevertheless, but always more yourself. Life is not static. It's forever dynamic, forever creating something, not something done and finished, but something alive, awake, and aware. There is something within you that sings the song of eternity. Listen to it from Ernest Holmes, whoever he is. That's a beautiful thought. We're always changing, man. We're always in a state of flux. If you're like, I can't believe we almost have 1,000 people here. It's unbelievable. Let me just say the big chiddush we got last night, since we have this many people. According to a post that we saw last night, the puppy show, the Super Bowl, is going to be like mark some kind of event, but the real event will take place on possibly, and again, this could be fake news, on the 13th of February, which I figured out because it's also on the 22nd of Shvat on the Jewish calendar. So I am probably one of the few people in creation that would know from personal experience that when the 22nd of Shvat and the 13th of February are on the same day, that happened in 1955. Okay. It happens to be the year I was born and the day I was born. My mom wanted me to be she didn't know if I was her firstborn. She didn't know if I was going to be a boy or a girl. She was 5 minutes away from Valentine's Day. I know we have people who were born on Valentine's Day. She was like trying to think like, yeah, if I could just get to Valentine's Day. But I was like, at that point, I was like, Mom, I'm out. I'm coming, man. It's enough already. I'm dealing with, I was a breech baby, man. I came out butt first because I was like, I was having a discussion with the creator. I was like, can we think this out? Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Maybe I should stay up here in heaven for a while. And he was like, you're going down, son. I'm like, no, God, really? I'm not sure. But then I guess the moment came, my butt's hanging out. And I said, I'm not waiting for Valentine's Day because I have no connection to it. It's not going to be a big deal in my life. First of all, I am like the least successful romantic person in the history of creation. And besides that, it's not Jewish. So anyway, I came out on the 13th at 11:55. But I had the chiddush last night. I understood that the fact that this year, the 13th of February is on the 22nd of Shvat means it is like the year 1955, 5-5. And we are going back to 1955 in terms of pricing. So when you go to the supermarket, you will not spend $400 or $500 on a few things and not get meat. You will spend maybe, I'm guessing $20, 20 real dollars backed by gold, maybe, and a big load of groceries be $20. I mean, like I said, I remember my father complaining about gasoline being 28 cents. He was like, man, 28 cents, so high. So probably in 1955, it could have been less. You were also born in 55? Yeah, so we're going back to 55 prices. Just think the fashions. Yeah. And think of the car, man. My father had a car. Oh my God. That thing weighed a friggin' ton. I mean, that was like, it could have been an asteroid hurling through space made of like space metal. I mean, his Chevy he had a blue Chevy. He also had some kind of a Jeep, I think, for a while, but he had a blue Chevy. that was, you could you probably now you could ship it to Ukraine and say it was an Abrams tank and people would believe you. The most complex multi-angular social warfare that has ever been waged in the history of the world. Does this look like the same person to you? There's a picture of Aunt Maxine. She does not look like the same person. Okay. Does this look like the same person to you? Isn't Maxine 84 years old? Her forehead looks better than my own. Did she get a nose job? Did she get a lip stretch? When did she decide to move the natural part of her hair 2.5 to the left, like her sellout to the CCP? I mean, what about that prominent V recessed chin line? In other words, what's real? The very nature of a regular warfare. Treason doesn't pay. Maxine, man, it's not Maxine. Aunt Maxine is, she's been Gitmo'd with a lot of these other guys, with a lot of these other bad boys. Okay, military tribunals. We are witnessing the highest level treason event unfold in U.S. and world history. I'm just going to say the TREASO1 is a crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. A military tribunal is an inquisitorial system based on charges brought by military authorities, prosecuted by a military authority, judged by military officers, and sentenced by military officers against a member of an enemy army. 17 has hinted that civilians can serve on military tribunals. He has also hinted that U.S. citizens can be legally tried as enemy combatants in certain scenarios. Bye-bye, Miss Maxine. It was swell, man. You were just like one of the most interesting people of all time, man. I mean, really, Maxine, get a grip, man. If you come back, you gotta change your attitude, man. Excuse me, those sensitive souls out there that have never seen a Jewish guy with a runny nose. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I thought I was going to outgrow it, but it doesn't. I've dealt with narcissists before. The honesty isn't consistent, but they will have no qualms about lying. They will twist the truth and not care about the other person's suffering. I read about it. Okay, so why are we reading about this? So these people who are influencers, they must choose ones with narcissistic personality or tendencies. And then other narcissists just see opportunities to make a buck by running scams. Empathetic people have a difficult time even comprehending that somebody so sincere could be lying. That's why they get away with it. Right, because normal people are like Adam. What happened? For most of American history, libertarians were more aligned with the left-leaning liberals. Now they align with the right in that both want small government, but the libertarians are anarchist. Many hold a live and let the belief system and also an isolationist position as regard to the rest of the world. Okay, yeah, conservatives are not anarchists, whatever. The Illuminati and its minions, the secret societies, rhinos, globalists, are nothing more than devil-worshipping snakes. Remember that I told you how to kill a snake? You must kill the snake to reclaim our republic and our freedoms. Has the head of the snake in Georgia been cut off? Here's an interesting post. If so, after a few final reflex attempts to bite, the head will die. When the head of the snake loses its bite, the snake can no longer harm you because the body of the snake will shrivel up and die after the head dies, and the body of the snake has no bite. I wonder if the head of the snake in South Carolina has suffered the same fate. Maybe in other states too. I don't know why they're saying why the word Lynn. Oh, this is from Linwood. If he says something that's going to piss me off, I'm just going to, don't worry, guys. I'm not going to go off on tirades anymore. I don't like to read this guy, but maybe other states too. Only time will tell. Remember that when you are hunting and seeking to kill snakes, always cut off the head first, not the tail. Duh. Lynn, man, come on. You hunt and take out communist globalist rhinos the same way you hunt snakes because they are also snakes. I hope you will consider joining me in doing a little snake hunting. Okay, Lynn, whatever. In present times, the witches being hunted or are the witches being hunted or are the witches being hunted? Another Lynn Wood post. In the State Bar of Georgia, is the State Bar of Georgia hunting me or am I hunting the State Bar of Georgia? Is the deep state hunting me or am I hunting the deep state? Okay, it's good questions. Congratulations, Brian Kemp, on failing to secure Georgia's elections. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp joined the WEF at Davos, where he was congratulated for his election integrity failure. I wonder what the real patriots in Georgia think about Governor Brian Rhino Kemp. I bet only a few of his fellow members of the Gridiron Secret Society are not so happy with him, but they will not admit it publicly because they're blood oath to support the bad guy, the naughty guys. I bet almost all of his fellow Gridiron Secret Society members are on the Georgia Supreme Court. They have remained unified and loyal to him in their unlawful efforts to destroy me because I called out Kempe. All right, whatever. If you know someone who's a member of the Gridiron Secret Society, ask him what is done at the initiation ceremonies. Okay, we know all about these guys, these naughty ones, right? Okay, so let me just, okay, so that's all the unread messages. We got through all, aren't you guys proud of me, man? I stuck to the intel. I didn't go off the handle. I'm like doing my job, man. I'm unbelievable. World exclusive, Moab. Lieutenant Colonel Richard Bossy and David Guru Graham announced massive counterattacks on the bad guys, on the naughty ones. World exclusive, yeah, but they don't really say anything about it. Okay, so fine. Let me just quickly run over to the White Hat channel, see if she's got something going on. No, we've seen this already. Unless it's a repeat. Let's see. No, nothing new. Let me see. Oh, let me try one more channel and then we'll call it a day. Oh, let's try Whip. I don't think Whip's going to piss me off right now. I'm feeling pretty like secure for the moment. That could change, right? All right, let's see. You guys would be so proud of me, man. I'm so I'm so tied to the wheel. I mean, I'm like really working hard. Okay, there's only one unread message. Okay, so that's good. Elon's final and activation token has sold 90%. Generational wealth. Elon says everything cheap. 1955. We're going back to 1955. Then add Psyche 16 to the abundance, asteroid metal mining mission this year. Mr. EM submits license applications so Twitter could become a payment processor. I would love to see PayPal go bankrupt. Yes, PayPal is such a ripoff. Elon Stellar Token Calendar. Invest in XLM. Yeah. So here's the thing that I got from a friend. There's an investment opportunity called Mr. Tweet that's on Whiplash that I invested in yesterday. I am big on lobster. I just put out a video about the financial system, and I know I don't like to talk about crypto, but I know a fair amount about it. And I would say I'm not an investment advisor, but XLM, XRP, and lobster. I didn't say that on my video, so I'm going to have to make a follow-up video to that. If I get any traction as a financial person, I don't know if I will. I'm putting out video. I'm making all these videos. I have somebody to edit it. I'm like the videos are pouring out of me. How many videos? I already made 2 short videos. I'll probably make a few more today. But the thing is, if you don't know about lobster, there's still time. I mean, if you use lobster and Whiplash, I'm just going to say this for those who do or don't know. And I'm not the one really to do this, and I don't want to make this a big deal on this channel. But if you go to Whiplash and he recommends an asset, all you have to do is line up the issuer number. You have to make sure, look at the first 4 letters and the last 4 letters, and make sure that when you invest on SDEX, when you go to SDEX and look up the asset, that before you invest it in lobster, you make sure that the issuer number is the same, it's legit, and then invest. I invested 100 XLM coins. Right now it's at 9 cents. That means 9 cents, right? That would mean 100 times 9 cents is it like 90 cents? That's 10. So it'd be $9. I invested $9 and I bought 10,000 shares of Mr. Tweet. 10,000 shares for $9. So, yeah. So, all right. All you guys, you know what? You don't have to. You just say no. I don't do it, man. But to say Whiplash is a scam, fine. I'm not talking to trolls anyway. So I'm not going to go off. Anyway, have a great day. I never should talk about financial things. People are so weird about finances. You could talk about anything. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, it's really not going to matter. We're all going to have what we need. And in a couple of years, no one's going to really care. But anyway, I just thought if anybody felt like, they want to be hip and invest in the right things in the near future, I've had a lot of people tell me that Whiplash is a scam and all that. You know what? Let me just say like this. Right. Whiplash is a scam. And the Fed and the fiat currency is legit. And the stock market is legit, right? Okay. I mean, hey, wake up and smell the coffee, man. What side are you on? And to say that Elon is a black hat, I mean, I just, these are trolls. You got to do your homework, man. It doesn't matter. We're not talking, we're talking about an egoless future. We're not talking like in the future, it's not going to matter who does what. It's just going to matter that the thing gets done. Like, I don't do this channel thinking like, wow, man, I'm going to be like this famous dude. I could care less. It's just what I do. I do it because this is what God wants me to do. And that's how people are going to do stuff in the future. So whether it's even really EM, I mean, if Maxwell, if Aunt Maxie isn't even there, I mean, do we know what's going on? Can I say, oh, for sure, he's a black hat? I mean, what arrogance! You know who's a clone? You know the difference between a clone and a real person? I don't. I wouldn't pretend to say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, that guy's obviously a clone. I mean, sometimes you can tell, but usually it's which green cryptocurrency is Tesla likely to add for payments? This is an anonymous poll. Interesting. Generational wealth. I mean, having generational wealth isn't probably going to really even matter anyway. It'll just be like, yeah, I got some money, so what? I still ride my old bicycle. If I had $1 million, would I buy a new bike? Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. I like my bike. I don't have a problem with my bike. Maybe I would. I want to get a fancy bike. I guess so. Maybe I'd buy another guitar. For sure. I'd sure buy back the electric guitar that my ex-wife made me sell. I'd for sure get another Telecaster. But $7.1 million penthouse in New York. I mean, why? How many rooms can I clean? I mean, I got a 2-bedroom apartment, man. It's all I can do to keep everything straight. Anyway, yeah, use your intuition. I'd buy back a Martin. Yeah. New bikes don't. Yeah. New bikes. Yeah. Silver. Yeah. Yeah. Just go with it. Okay. So we will see you guys tonight. Thanks for so many people coming. We're going to probably be some new videos coming out, and, join my new channel, and hopefully I'll have my other channel back in 2 weeks. More about Mr. E tweet. Let's see what this is. Elon's final and activation token has sold 96% of supply. Last 4% to go. Let's get this done. Get payouts so we can finish off the ICOs above in a flash. But I had a guy on the channel who was like, he was hell bent against lobster. He was just like, lobster's a scam. And we got into it, and it was just like, he just would not let up. And I finally had to block him because he was so abusive to the other people on the channel. I don't know. Hey, Kathy Laney, man. Wonder if poodle skirts and saddle shoes will come back. Poodle skirts. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I hate to clean house, right? I mean, people want a mansion. I'm like, why? Yeah, I mean, how much, as a retired carpenter, I know how much work when you own a house, which thank God I don't really own a house right now. I used to think it was the only way to go is to own a house because I'm handy that way, and I like to fix things and make things nice. But as a carpenter, because I'm a carpenter, and because I know what you have to do to fix something, I would never, ever buy a big house. I mean, big projects, man, forget about it. I got to fix a little piece of sheetrock here, okay, the door's not working right. I can handle that. But, all right, guys. We'll see you guys later tonight. Thanks everyone for coming, and just know we're heading for the Great Awakening, man. Nothing can stop what's coming. I'll try to practice my guitar so I can sing again tonight. Just bother me a little bit, and we'll do it. A turquoise poodle skirt. I guess in those days I wasn't really aware of what girls did. I wouldn't really, except in makeout parties, we didn't really hang out with girls. So I never learned what they. Dream is not to have is to have a not so tiny house with a beautiful view. Yeah, I'll tell you, man, I'm renting a thing. Renting, man, I don't have to deal with banks. I don't have the banks breathing down my neck. I don't have insurance. I just pay my rent every month. I mean, hopefully, if YouTube would ever give me a break. But I love this lifestyle, man. I love this. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I mean, I thought I was going to end up in a basement. When I left my wife, I told Gil, I said, man, I don't want to go to a basement. That's why I'm staying home. She's like, you don't have to live in a basement. I mean, I couldn't figure that out on my own. That's how dense I am. I was like, really? I don't have to live in a basement? You see anything that looks like a basement here? It's not that much more expensive. I would have paid more for a basement in Crown Heights than what I'm paying for this place. This is like, if you can find places that nobody else, like neighborhoods that nobody else wants to live in, you know, if I lived in Long Beach, where all the pretty girls are, man, I'd be paying twice as much. All the cool people, but they all got this, and they all, I don't know. I don't know if I would fit in. I don't even know if I would want to fit in. I'm better off with the homies, man. I'm just like, I'm down for the struggle, man. I've been living in Crown Heights for a long time. I'm just like, I don't want to hang out with a bunch of fancy people. It's just not. I don't know. You see what these fancy people are all about. They're not into such cool stuff. Purdy is not always happy. Yeah. Northern Ontario. Wow. You love the quiet. That must be nice, Sassy. Yeah, I love the homies too, man. They're sweet. All right, guys. So we'll catch you tonight. It's all good. Just hang on to your cash and switch it over when it comes. Yeah. Yeah. All right. See you guys later. God bless. This is a real Jewish goodbye, man. I'm like, oh, one more piece of brisket, okay, I'll have a little schneck and a little bit, a little soup maybe. Okay, yeah, good idea. Oh, you want to give it to me in a bag? Okay, fine. I'll take some home.